When they hear Sandstorm and Sir Big Spur starts getting those claws sharpened, Williams-Brice Stadium comes alive in support of their South Carolina Gamecocks. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The first down for the offense. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Creates a little space. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. They move the tight end all over. They'll ride the hot hand. Breaks the tackle. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. South Carolina able to squeeze out a close one against Clemson in the last meeting.
Yeah, it is such great confidence, Reese. Like, to win against your rival, you know you can do it now. Trying to stack multiple wins in these rivalry games against a heated enemy.
Well, it doesn't even matter what South Carolina's record is coming into this game. If they beat their in-state rival Clemson, the entire offseason is made.
The option look. He'll toss it. At the 35, he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generate a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
Quick pass on the jet motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. It's on target and complete. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally.
That ball is intercepted at the goal line. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, the defense came into this game, guys, knowing that they were going to be tested with the offense throwing it vertically down the field. And you saw it right there on the opening drive. They were ready for it. Great job locating the ball and getting the INT.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Rams him with the stiff arm. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of bounce, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the field goal unit is on the field. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. Oh, he missed it. No good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Eight-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. He'll sneak it. The Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Quarterback moving. He's going to run it. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. This rivalry dates back to 1896. It's been a little bizarre with the chicken curse, and it's a bit unusual, too, because the state school, South Carolina, isn't the perennial football power.
No, but it's kind of had its ebbs and flows a little bit back and forth. Some great coaches on both sides, but the in-state hate is beautiful.
You know, there's a lot of great rivalries, especially down in the South and the Deep South. This is one of the better ones, though, because you just never know what the outcome is going to be.
Out of the gun, the inside give. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
And it's not panic time yet for this offense, but last week was a really bad performance. This week, starting off a little bit slow. They got to find some form of rhythm. They got to find some way, get a few first downs, get some playmakers involved, because right now they just seem out of sync.
And the Gamecocks will line up to punt it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. They go to the ground. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Brings up 2nd down. That's the end of the first quarter. And after one, we are scoreless.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Here's the handoff. He stopped again. They went right back to him, and he still found no running room at all.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Didn't find a single crack to run through on the last 2 plays. Let's see if they go up top on 3rd and 10. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
It was a really nice play there. The thing I like about this guy, too, his versatility. He's not just good running the ball, but he can catch and he can block. And you think about all the greats they've had at the position in recent years. Versatility at the running back position, being an every down back. And that's exactly what this guy embodies.
Back to the ground game on the left. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm now. They're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll go to the ground. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
And his offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, this offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll give it to the back. Can't get him to the ground. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got some room to run. Running inside the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Utah is getting smoked. This is unexpected. This is alarming. And I've been on social and already seen a couple of recruits change their minds. They're trailing by 14 to San Diego State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Wide out in motion. Pulls and fires complete. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you would throw that whistled? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs on it.
So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Clemson will send the punt team out. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Now on 2nd down. Looking for a crease. It's Peace. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. A strike downfield. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offense a success on 3rd down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the run again. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Incomplete to the right. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. The Gamecocks want to crank the tempo. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
2nd and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
He's looking to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Give that guy a lot of credit, man. He was able to somehow avoid that sack, but nobody open downfield, throws it away.
On 2nd down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Going for it all. Throw to the end zone, picked off. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Gamecocks will line up to kick off and start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if any of you are this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Handoff to the single running back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. And how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work. Quickly complete. Right down the gut of the field. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tigers.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Carolina offense is back on the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against him.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to get the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Running game got stuffed on first down, still from their own 25 on 2nd and 10. Quick strike complete. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it 1 high safety? Is it 2 high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
This has been a tight one, third quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. The aerial assault continues. He's going up top. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. Going the other way, and he's got room. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Tigers. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Going to the running game. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. They'll try to run for it. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down.
It's a nice run there to get the 1st down. I got to tell you, I'm impressed with the stable of backs and the weapons this offense has. A lot of different guys can touch the football in a variety of ways, but they've been running it very, very well in this game so far.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. First down to start the drive after the break. He wants to throw. Scrambling away. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
And now on second down for this offense.
Here we go.
And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Second down coming up.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
He's looking to throw. Coming after him. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And when you get this far behind the chains and it's a guaranteed passing situation, defensive linemen go to work. That's what we do. We want to get sacks. We want to rush the quarterback, especially in known situations like this. That's why the quarterback tasted that dirt.
Quarterback will audible. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. For the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
And that just kind of caps off this day. It's been a day with not a lot of rhythm, not a lot of timing, not a lot of guys on the same page, and they weren't right there, and the quarterback throws an INT, and this one is not looking good.
And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The give to the back. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Well, you got to give this offense a ton of credit because normally they've got the lead because of this running back. Today, it's actually despite him. They really haven't gotten the production out of him that they expect week in, week out. You got to give the defense credit for that. But other guys on offense have been able to step up enough to make the plays necessary to give them the lead.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
And the Tigers are flying down the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Lost one deep down the right side. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Tigers. They put up another score here in the fourth, and they are well on their way to an 11-1 regular season. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Utah is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Alex Smith, and they are right back in this. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to San Diego State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page.
Makes the catch down the right side. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. He'll come out throwing on first down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the fourth quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
It's fourth down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The completion well past the sticks. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Gamecocks with the 1st and 10. The inside handoff. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Finds his big tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game. But the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Gets it out quickly. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking to throw. They'll run the screen. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Yeah, and That's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Just over a minute to go, and if they have a chance, they've got to come up with this onside kick. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Just over a minute to go, and if they have a chance, they've got to come up with this onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
Clemson trying to just bleed this clock dry. Power football with the run. At the 45 on its way. Hit the afterburners, kid. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get him on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The running back has it. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. The give to the back. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple.